Trump administration is also feuding with Governor J.B. Pritzker. The other federal law enforcement issue is ICE.
There were protests over the weekend over the presence of ICE agents in the Broadview and Chicago area. ICE had launched an Operation Midnight Blitz in Chicago, or Midway Blitz in Chicago last month.
Pritzker, however, appears to be fed up. Here he is on CNN over the weekend.
They're raiding neighborhoods where instead of going after the bad guys, they're just picking up people who are brown and black and then checking their credentials. Are you a U.S. citizen? They are the ones that are making it a war zone. They need to get out of Chicago. If they're not going to focus on the worst of the worst, which is what the president said they were going to do, they need to get the heck out.
White House Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller responded to Pritzker on X, writing, "What is the correct term to describe a city or state ordering federal law enforcement to withdraw in the face of violent attack and suspend federal law, allowing domestic terrorists to freely target its officers and helping millions of foreign invaders remain in our territory?"
Meanwhile, DHS is saying that CBP shot an armed woman on Saturday who tried ramming her car into agents. ICE and CBP have made more than 1,000 arrests since the Chicago operation started. Many on the left have criticized a recent apartment raid where tenants say some of the legal residents were detained despite their immigration status.
If that's really happening, what J.B. Pritzker said, that people are being detained merely because they are black and brown, that is illegal and a serious problem.
Offense.
So I would like to see him present some more evidence for that. If it was just something he said on television in the heat of the moment, they cannot, because you just look a certain way, ask you about your immigration. That is not what the court decision said. The court decision said that and a bunch of other different factors taken together could give you reason to be asked about your immigration status, not solely looking Hispanic or something.
Now, I agree. I think I would like to see more reporting because I've been seeing a lot of people show.
My theory is it didn't happen.
Well, no,
this is making it up.
Well, I've been seeing a lot of people that have direct accounts on social media that are posting like, "This is happening in my neighborhood. Look at me. I'm not an immigrant. Look at this happen. I recorded it." So it's firsthand accounts that obviously we can't use on our show that are unverified. That'll go through the fact-checking process and we'll see them. But I think I've looked at the Chicago Sun-Times and People magazines, and apparently a couple days ago on October 2nd, ICE agents rappelled from a helicopter and dragged children and families. Some of the children were not migrants at all into U-Hauls and even separated the families. And there were armed federal agents busting down doors. This is all accounts told to Chicago Sun-Times and then re-reported by People magazine, pulling men, women, and children. Some of them weren't even dressed, naked overnight from their apartments, and witnesses are telling them that they broke doors, used zip ties. And so people are seeing this.
Well, there was a viral photo on social media of a kid zip tied. It was a fake photo.
No, it's not that only one. I'm saying the Chicago Sun-Times said people who live in the
one that went viral.
So there's one
by people as evidence of ICE zip tying a child. That was a fake, or it was a photo of something.
Fine. So there might be one fake one going around out there, but there are witness accounts of what happened in the building going on next door. And so that's important to know that if that's happening, that should make you uncomfortable. Specifically, a few days after President Trump talked to all the military generals, when Pete Hegseth called that big meeting and said, practice basically your war tactics on the cities that we're deploying you to in America, which should make everyone
uncomfortable. Governor of Illinois potentially just making up stories to smear.
Me too, but I'm not just going to believe President Trump's word at this point. I mean, at this point, what is his word?
I don't believe.
I'm going off. So I guess you don't believe Pritzker. I don't believe President Trump. Show proof that it's not happening, because these are witness accounts.
It is happening.
Well, these are witness accounts that are telling you and being reported by multiple outlets. So, as a journalist, I understand. I don't think People magazine just throwing trash up there. Neither is Chicago Sun-Times.
You don't think People magazine's just throwing trash?
No, I don't think they're just false reporting.
I have a different view.
No, I think People magazine is an entertainment outlet, but they also fact check, right? I mean, it's like Entertainment Tonight. They're not just throwing anything up there. They literally ask real questions and post it up in entertainment sense. But that doesn't mean when they're reporting on real stories that it's fraudulent. Like, that is part of their standards team.
I don't know the veracity of the story you're describing. I do know that there was a major viral photo of a zip-tied child that was
Well, I think this
false.
is the overarching point from J.B. Pritzker and from Megyn Kelly. Is that this is just sowing division and is sowing fear within. Megyn Kelly said she doesn't believe that this is the right way forward for the national troops to be in states that don't want them to, specifically that are not D.C. And so if we conflate all the things we just talked about in the last block and this one, it's like, let states govern themselves. Let them have sovereignty and figure out how to handle this. The way forward is not rappelling into buildings at midnight and taking people out undressed. I don't think.
Let's not give them any federal funding then either. Let's just leave them totally on their own to govern themselves. Let's just be a collection of states.
Or you can have a
Chicago be whatever it
communication
wants.
between the federal government and local states. You don't have to just bully your way into getting your way. That's childish.
But they're trying to do something for the residents of these places. All right.
Okay, we gotta go. Still ahead, Trump's attacks on the media have now extended some of his favorite programs. I'll talk about that next in My Lens. Stick around.